I was curious to check out what makes us tick because I wanted to learn something. This was released in 1952. It's directed by Urbano, and we have a voice cast including John Hiestand and Vigran. And this is about the New York Stock Exchange. And I know nothing about the stock exchange, so I figured I'd check it out and see if I can learn some things. It is obviously worth emphasizing the fact that this was released in the 50s, so almost 70 years later, it's probably not 100% accurate. It might be, I have absolutely no idea. But nevertheless, I thought I'd check it out to see what I could learn. And I have two major takeaways. One, it is very comprehensive. There is a lot of information in this. Two, I didn't understand everything. I feel like if you are wanting to learn about the stock exchange and you like animations, then it could be a really fun place to start, at least if you're interested in the 50s stock exchange. But it's not something that I could watch once and then say that I feel fully informed. There's a lot to absorb, there's a lot going on, and that's not a criticism. It just means it is quite an intense watch. It's not relaxed and casual with a few facts dropped every couple of sentences. It is very, very, assuming it's accurate, very educational. So I do praise it for that, but it's not a one-time watch, for me at least. The whole thing is just over 10 minutes, and basically, once we get past the setup is introducing us to the average Joe American family man who has a mortgage on his house and a wife who doesn't want to clean anymore, which was a little bit of a bizarre moment, but once we get past the setup, it is basically every sentence is delivering us another fact, another piece of information. And obviously with that comes terminology. And most of the terms are well explained, but it's a lot of information to absorb in 10 or 12 minutes. And again, not a criticism, it's just not the most light or casual watch out there, but that works very well. And if I ever want to learn more about the stock exchange or the history of the stock exchange, I'd be happy to go back to it. And then we have the animation itself. It's really satisfying. I really like the animation style. It is a little rough in places, but in a way that's really charming. We're in a lot of different locations. We're in the family home, we're down at the bank, loads of different locations to keep it varied and to make sure it stays visually engaging. So if it sounds like something you'd be interested in learning about, I'd say check it out. I learned some things, there's still a lot of room for more learning, and I might check it out again and see what I can absorb with a second watch. It's from John Sutherland Productions. That's not a production company that I'm too familiar with. According to IMDb, there are only 25 films to their name. If anybody knows anything about them, please feel free to share. But certainly I found that What Makes Us Tick was very well done, very well animated, really great pacing, very educational, but it's a lot. There's a lot to absorb, but that's obviously in the cartoon's favour. Anything that makes you want to watch the cartoon more than once can only be a good thing, I think. Either way, I enjoyed it. I learned some things. There are plenty more things I can learn about this. If it seems like a topic that might interest you, definitely check it out.